Sorry about that. Hello, it's no Goji here, coming at you with another video. And this is my continuing the Godzilla Clash of the Kaiju countdown. Well, I count down all 35 movies in the series from worst to the best. So here's the top 10 OK Godzilla movies. Starting out with da 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 da. Number 30, Godzilla wins again. Okay, wow, look how quickly we got from good to meh. Yeah, these first 5 were just meh. So, yeah. Anyway, this movie basically takes place 6 months after the first Godzilla attack. That's no joke. It takes place in April. Well, actually, 5 months. Yeah. This movie took place like 5 months after the first Godzilla movie. And let's just say the movie doesn't do that well, does it? Oh, that's what you expect from Totatsu. No offense, I don't hate it. It's just meh. Basically, it follows a shipping oil company or something like that. I don't know. And this is the first movie where, well, of course, we get introduced to Godzilla's first enemy, Anguirus. Yep, Anguirus. Or Anguirus, or Anguirus. Or however you want to pronounce it. Yeah, it's pronounced so many different ways. Anyway, they fight, and to be honest, the fight's actually pretty decent. Not going all the sped up footage. But this movie's like, whatever. Is this movie worth watching? Yeah, if you want to see the first Godzilla fight, but the movie can be very, very, very boring at sometimes. Because it's just, man, it's an meh Godzilla movie. It doesn't really say that much. Especially with the characters, and the characters aren't as good as Dr. Serizawa, Hidito, Dr. Humani, and Emiko from the first movie. They ain't as good as them. They're so great of a great premise. All Godzilla movies always have great characters, but these ones, it's a minor downgrade. So we went from good to meh. This movie's okay. Is meh if you want to watch it. Go ahead if you watch it, but just watch 45 minutes of it, and then, like Alfonso said, just skip to the end, the comments. You can finish this movie in like 45 and 50 minutes. So, anyway, that's number 29. Number 29. Number 29 is... Give me a sec. I forgot. Yeah. Oh no, it's Gun Dog. Gunzo Dog. Have to wait for a second. swear this room's haunted. And number 29. Oh, that's what I did wrong. Number 29, Godzilla vs. Gigan. Yeah, for the first movie of one of my favorite kaiju of all time. Yep. This movie, is again, it's basically, it follows, guess what? Aliens trying to conquer Earth. Yeah, this is like the time that happened in the Godzilla movie, so, yeah. And it's basically just cockroach aliens trying to take over the Earth again, because it's followed this guy who wants to get a job. Those days when I wanted to when I was searching for jobs. Oh my god. Anyway, remember those days? Brings back memories. Flashback. No flashback. No, got the budget. Actually, I got no budget. Anyway, as far as this guy who's getting a job, and he gets a job and he finds a job. He tries to go to a manga place, but they reject him. And then, in a place where the cockroach aliens are, they give him a job, and blah 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 blah. He wants, and okay, this guy's not a very good lead, isn't he? Like his girlfriend or friend, sister, lover, whoever she is, should have been the main lead. I guess this movie would have been a better movie with her. Maybe it would have been better if she was the main lead, but it doesn't matter. What does matter is that the character is not so great since, well, none of the 70 Godzilla movies are great except for Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla and Terror Mechagodzilla. Yeah, the Mechagodzilla movies. Don't worry, I'll get to that. I'll get to those two eventually. I'll get to it in the next videos, which will be coming to you November 1st. Yeah, I'm gonna upload some videos. Anyway, it's basically just blah 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 blah. So basically, let's just skip to the climax because honestly, who gives a shit? They basically, well, let's just sum up the plot. Basically, they just try to find. I'm sorry, sorry, this is unscripted. Oh, what? Do you not notice that already? They try to find a new place. They try to find out the mystery of who these cockroach aliens are, and it turns out they're ghost cockroach aliens. Dun dun dun! Yeah, no surprise there. So they basically harvest dead humans or whatever. And then they call down Gigan and King Ghidorah, and how's King Ghidorah still alive even though he died destroying monsters? This takes place before it, so that's how you know. So they destroy a couple of the cities. They destroy the cities. Well, Gigan does, he gets new footage, but King Ghidorah always gets like stock footage. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Anyway, so let me just use my room. Tell me if you see a ghost. Yeah. Anyway, they see like new guys, and okay, I just gotta say one more thing. This is top 5. It changes to top 5 man Godzilla movies. So I just wanted to say that. Anyway, This movie is pretty much pass. If you want to watch it, go ahead and watch it, but just skip to the monster stuff. Maybe get some of the action of the cockroaches because the characters are actually better than Godzilla vs. Door, which we never speak of. But it's okay, I guess. But since we got like tons of movies to go, let's skip to the next one. Dun, 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 dun. And the fight. Oh, before I go, the fight between Godzilla vs. Godzilla vs. Gigant. It's probably one of the best fights in the series. One of my personal favorites. But I digress. So let's just skip to the next one. Dun dun dun. Godzilla vs. Megalon. Number 28. Number 28. Godzilla vs. Megalon. Yeah, no surprise here. Well, we all know what this movie is. It's bunch of cheese. Yeah, this is one of the cheesiest movies, but it's so fun to watch. Like, it's cheese and fun throughout the whole movie, and no offense, I think it's one of the best of the 70s Godzilla movies. It's not the worst, but I think it's one of the top, it's in the top 3 of the 70 Godzilla movies. And it also has one of my personal. And also the second time Gigan appears, so at least that's a plus. And the fight at the end is pretty cool. It's one of my favorites, so yeah. Oh, don't think I'm gonna give you a top 10. This is that. No, I'll get copyright issues. Look at that. I forgot copyright issue on my live stream. I got copyright issues, man. I got copyright issues. Don't do that to me, YouTube. Anyway, this movie basically follows two guys. Basically follows the Septonians, who are basically aliens from underground. Are they aliens? We never really know that. Are you sure these aren't just like people who live underground or something? We really don't know that. We just assume that they're aliens from underground. Anyway. They get mad because we are doing nuclear testing above them, and guess what? They sent their giant monster, Megalon, which is also not my favorites. Yeah, Megalon's just basically an oversized cockroach. And guess what? He's my least favorite monster. Anyway, let's not say. He destroys some stuff, and the doctor, his friend, brother, lover, whoever he is, and the tow ship that's in this movie. Yeah, I hate tow ships. Don't you all hate them? Oh, if you don't know what a tow ship is, it's basically a Kenny. Yeah, it stands for tow ship bitch, but I just call them tow ships. So, anyway. Anyway, this movie is not really that great. It's not that good. It's meh. Like I said, it kind of sounds like I'm repeating myself because most of these movies have nothing worth to talk about, except for the next two, which are more okay, I guess. But anyway, this movie's worth watching if you're in for some cheese, but if not, give it a pass. It's not worth watching. And also, there's some nudity in this with that poster. I doesn't want to say that. And also, you get to see Godzilla do the most what the fuck moment in history, the epic defying dropkick, which is awesome. Yeah, I love that shit. How does that work, I guess? Seriously, how does that work? That defies all logic. And the fight at the end is pretty cool. One of my favorites. But I digress. Anyway, we got a couple. Let's get to the next one. Number 27. Number 27. Godzilla City on the Edge of Battle. Wow. Now I get to talk about the anime movies. Yeah, this is the weakest one of the three. And let's just say the anime movies aren't really a disappointment. They're okay, except for this one. But, could have been so much more. Could have been so much more. Could have been so much more. These movies, this movie is basically the worst of the Mechagodzilla movies, if you consider it a Mechagodzilla movie. Like, literally, it's only a Mechagodzilla City. Why couldn't you have the actual monster? And bullcrap, it was too hard to animate. You could just... Ugh. You have the model for the Mechagodzilla. You didn't have to... How is it too hard to animate? That's just the lazy excuse, is keep a monster out of the movie. And whose idea was it to mechanize, to advertise Mechagodzilla? Really? It's like teasing us. It's like teasing a wet turd and just leave it alone. Just like teasing us with a piece of bacon, saying that we got bacon even though we don't. But anyway, this movie basically follows Hollow, who is it's like one of those people who hates Godzilla for some reason, even though he's pretty much annoying and a jackass. And we get introduced to the Shinobi, Mayana, and Miyana. I think it's Miyana who's the younger one, and Mayana is the older one, I believe. And they're done pretty well, and I think they're one of my favorite characters, so at least that's a plus. But aside from those two, those are the only two characters, both that and then the evil eight and Memphius. Yeah, those are the only two characters. Those are the only three characters I like in this movie. But besides that, this movie's just, it's just meh. And, yeah. What are you laughing at? Sorry, that's my sister. This movie's just terrible. This movie just retrends the last movie, trying to kill Godzilla with a harpoon. Like, literally, it's just a retrend of the last movie, even though with a few tweaks, and it's just a retrend of the last movie, Godzilla Planet of the Monsters. And let's just say this movie is the worst of the anime trilogy. And to basically sum up, this movie is like an Ewok. You might like it at first, but then you realize it's annoying. Like a cat. It's like a stupid cat. Yeah. What do you want? Anyway, this movie's just... This movie's just, like, not worth watching, so... Yeah. Anyway. If you want to watch this, go ahead. The only thing I recommend is skip to the scenes with Miyana and Mephius on screen. Besides that, it's not worth watching. And the characters, Halro's just basically a jackass who wants to kill Godzilla for some reason. Miyana, okay. The main girl lead, I forgot her name, not good names. Is unwell, and the new, the aliens, the Mechagodzilla aliens, whatever the name are guess what? Trying to take over the world with Mechagodzilla Tech. And basically, we get to see Godzilla Earth, which is OP. Jesus, he's OP. He's way too overpowered. This is the strongest Godzilla ever. No offense. This Godzilla is the biggest Godzilla you ever seen. He's 318 meters of awesomeness. Yeah, I love this Godzilla. It's got one of those designs that I love. It does look like the 2014 design, just a little bit tweaked up, but it's so cool. And when Godzilla's on screen, it's alright, but he moves so slow, so yeah, you gotta be slow. You gotta be cool for slow people to watch this. Like me. I'm not slow. Or am I? Or am I? Never mind. And if you want to watch this movie, go ahead. But not. Yeah. It kind of sounds like I'm repeating myself. Well, the reason why is because most of these reasons are meh, and there's not really much to talk about. Maybe in the next one I'll try to sound like I'm not repeating myself. I promise I'll tell you more of my opinions on those movies, but until then, I'm gonna keep on repeating myself. But City on the Edge of Battle is kind of worth watching if you want to watch Mephius, Miana, and Mayana. But besides that, just skip it. It's not worth. You're not missing anything. Just watch Planet of the Monsters. Watch a little bit of this, and then skip to Planet Eater, which is the best one of the bunch. But besides that, it's not worth watching. So, next, dun dun dun. Number 26. Yes, we have reached the final movie on this list. Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla. And Space Godzilla is a weak name. And is not my least favorite. Not my favorite either. He's not in the top 10 worst kaiju of all time, but whatever. Just whatever. Space Godzilla, how much of a threat? He basically just looks like Super Godzilla from the NES game. He literally looks like Super Godzilla. So basically, it follows Space Godzilla falling down to Earth. Godzilla wakes up, and the characters, besides from Mickey and this guy who wants revenge on Godzilla for killing a friend, for killing his friend that he used to have. I forgot his name. Yeah, I forgot his name. But besides those two characters, maybe the Mickey's friend, maybe the guy who kind of likes Mickey, or who has I don't know, that guy. And besides him, the annoying guy I hate. But besides them, they try to, let's just sum up the plot. They try to use telepathy. They try to use Mickey to. They use Mickey so they can try to control Godzilla with telepathy. And guess what? It doesn't work. And then we get introduced to little Godzilla, who's one of my favorite creatures. This is so cute. Yeah, little Godzilla is one of the cutest monsters ever. He's one of the cutest little monsters, and he's way better than Minya. He's not as annoying as Minya. He's a rightful place of ruler, and you can see him becoming the king of the monsters. Other than Minya, who's a little shit, and one of my second least favorite kaijus, right next to Gabba. Actually, let me read that. He's tied to Gabba of being my least favorite kaiju. Yeah. So I am freaked out. This room is freaking haunted. Anyway, this movie is kind of worth watching because it is pretty good. It's worth watching. The first fight isn't that good. It's probably not the best fights, but the climax is, well, the battle between Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla is one of the best fights in the entire series and is one of my personal favorites. And it's worth watching for Mickey. Hey Mickey, you're so fine, you're so fine. Hey Mickey. And the guy who wants to take revenge on Godzilla. And I guess the story is pretty cool when you think about it. It's not one of the best Godzilla movies, but it's might be the weakest of the Millennium of the Heisei era, but it's alright. I'll take it. I'll give it a watch if you want to. Go ahead. It's not worth skipping. It's worth watching if you want to, but if you want to skip it, go ahead. I don't care. And that's all. That's all the time we have for. So let's round up. Let's give the star system. I give Godzilla Reigns Again 2.5 stars. Godzilla vs. Gigan 3 stars. Godzilla vs. Megalon 3 stars. Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla 3.5 stars. Wait, never. Godzilla City on the Battle. City on the Edge of Battle. Maybe say that. Godzilla Reigns Again 2.5 stars. Godzilla vs. Gigan 2.5 stars. Godzilla vs. Megalon 3 stars. Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla 3.5. Godzilla City on the Edge of Battle 2.5 stars. And Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla 3 stars. Yeah. And that's what I give these movies. So, Pete. Godzilla Reigns Again. Godzilla Reigns Again and Godzilla vs. Gigan 2.5 stars. Godzilla vs. Megalon 2.9 stars. 2.9 stars out of 5. Godzilla City on the Edge of Battle 2.99 stars, and Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla 3 stars. That's what I give them. Those are kind of right. I think that's good enough for this movie. For the movies, yeah, I'm gonna start using the star system. So what? Anyway, that's all the time I have for it. So see you in the next one. GF King, Adno Goji, out. Bye.